sitting here thinking to myself, I have to keep reminding myself that this shit's only gonna, it's never gonna stop hurting, but it's gonna get to a point where it won't hurt so bad where, yeah. I already know in due time I'll be able to find myself again, get back to my old happy self. I also know I'm not going to be alone forever. I'm just not ready for anything right now, and I know that. And right now, I've just realized that to some degree, I've got to have a little bit higher standards and more or less for myself. And it's not trying to be selfish in that sense. It's just, I gotta take advantage of the move as a process for healing, and I gotta adjust to those changes and stuff like that, but I already know it's not gonna be hard for me to really, I have trouble making friends, stuff like that. Yes, it's true. A lot of it has to do with the fact that I withdraw from people. And then you've got the other times where, yeah, I don't shut up. I just talk. Because I don't get shit. When I don't get a whole lot of human interaction, then I can't help it. Then I just talk. But hopefully I'll be able to start cutting back on these fucking things too. Once all the stress, the anxiety, the uncertainty, everything going on right now is finally, starts to dissipate. Start dealing with the baggage. I just know I gotta, if I end up in that position where I do end up meeting the right person, I'm making sure I'm not going through this again, and it's not set on purpose to be comparing one person to the next. I'm just not willing to risk certain personality traits again. I know I'm a handful, I'm a stubborn fuck and an asshole, but I'm not a piece of shit and I'm not a monster the way I've been made out to be. And in the long run, this is the first person that's ever made me out to be this kind of, this is the first person to ever make me out to be such a level of a piece of shit. I speak bluntly, and I don't, and if I have trouble communicating certain things, I try to communicate in other ways. And I know there's going to be somebody out there that understands that, or takes the time to learn and understands that. Just as I take the time to learn about the person I'm with. Part of being in a relationship. Is learning how each other communicates and learning to listen to that form of communication, even if sometimes we don't like what it sounds like. Home into a a nicer area where people morally are not as fucked up as what people are like here. And so far, every person that I've talked to from that area that I've been looking at, they've actually been like really nice people. And I'm not just talking the realtors and lenders and stuff. So I have to remind myself that things are going to get better regardless of what they or I think. And just like them, I deserve to have been treated better. I deserve a better relationship. For them though, they're gonna keep doing their cycles. And when they get into something new, the first year or two, it might be great and magical or whatever. I miss what it was for us up until about 5 years ago. Granted, I didn't like the shit that went on when Tia was involved, or Phil, but you know, if I caught on to the shit then, like with Cliff, the very first person, that type of shit, I should have known it would go as it did. But in the end, I'm glad to some degree, I was blind to that. I deserve to be with somebody that actually prioritizes a relationship and does so no matter what. It's not about just, it has nothing to do with about going, well, I shouldn't even have to explain it. I think most grown mature adults understand what it is to be in a relationship and to put your relationship first. Especially if you intend to marry that person. You're not going to go out and obsess over someone else, and then every day that you come home, all you talk about is these other fucking people. You're not going to sit there and make the person you intend to marry feel like they don't fucking exist anymore, other than to keep a roof over your head and just be a body there to fill a space in your home. Or should say the other way around, so you can be a body to fill a space in their home. However that may end up working out. If everything's shared, then everything's shared. It's, yeah. And I understand that's only to a certain degree with some things, because even if a woman gave me permission and all that shit, I do not like getting into a woman's purse or wallet. I don't do it. Just as I don't like it when people go through my fucking wallet. That's a personal space right there, and there's really not a whole lot in there that can be kept in there. It's just, that's how I am. I get uncomfortable and feel awkward when, even if told to get to a woman's purse or wallet, that's like, even for me, it's, I don't know why, it's just how it's always been. I think a lot of other guys are the same way. It's like, that's a no-go zone. You don't know what you're going to find in there, and what you do, you might not like some of the stuff that you find in there, or it might be awkward or weird, or that type of stuff. Normally, I've always been the type of person I can spring back fairly quickly. This one, it's going to take a little while. Because even if at times it's not going to happen right now. I know it came close the last time they fucking pulled some shit on me. They tried, throwing me in jail for shit I didn't do. And then fucking leave me for months and all that stuff, or for all that time. I almost moved on. So I already know that it won't be difficult, and that person might even think, oh, I know who it's going to be. No, you don't. There is nobody in particular. know that as long as I get through this type of shit, start pulling myself back together again, and this move does well, and I get my own business started as planned, just like this move and this new home, I'm making sure this other fucking happens too in the process. I mean, I'm not wasting a dime on bullshit. I lie. I guess you could call it a waste, depending on who you are. But, you know, for most guys out there who like motorcycles or like to go riding and all that stuff, I'm getting a bike. That's one thing that, you know, I don't necessarily need, but and one, if I got something new, it was some, cheap Chinese bike that I would have to order off the internet, and it was a dirt bike. Yeah, it worked great, loved it. It's what helped me get used to being on a bigger bike. But that thing was a piece of shit. It's just, I know things will get better. And life may not be going the way I had hoped it been going and how I'd hoped they would be. I know I won't be alone forever. I just know that saying goodbye to not just them, but to other people, including having to even say the hard goodbye even to a child, because the damage that was done was so severe. I'm not going to sit around and wait around for somebody to come and apologize to me or to tell other people the fucking truth on their part of things. They've spent the better part of a decade fucking lying about me to just about everybody they fucking know, and a whole lot of people I know. So how could I trust them to actually tell people the truth? Let alone our child after 20 fucking... God dang, it's been that long. 26 years of his life. 27, 26 years. She still doesn't tell the truth to him. Like, look, I fucked up, I was wrong, the way I raised you towards your dad. She never had the backbone to say anything like that. Nope. The only thing she could tell me is, oh, that 100% doesn't matter anymore. Why? Because she was cheating on me. It wasn't about me not stop loving her. It was the fact that she never loved me. She was too busy loving other people. She was too busy fucking obsessing and putting all her priorities and attention into other people, and neglected the living piss out of the relationship and myself. She'd only give the attention when she felt like she needed to, which was once in a blue moon. Or if she didn't have a friend around to talk to because she might have pissed them off, or they might have been pissy and weren't talking to her or whatever, then she might have, out of boredom fucking decided, well, now it's important to talk to you, or now it's important to spend time with you because I got nothing else to do. Otherwise, I'm going to be sleeping the whole time. I learned a lot when it comes to this type of personality and what kind of person I don't want. Type of person that I thought they were not. Boy, did they teach me something I've never. Because now other than that 12 years that we weren't together and the way I got treated, that's the only 12 years I think she was genuine to me. That's the real person. The other 14 years, 16 years, something like that. I question how much that was real at all. From high school to now. Other than those 12 years. I wonder if any of it was real now. Because I don't think any of it was. I think the only person who genuinely loved the other one was that I loved her. Why else would I allow her to fucking use me like she did? Talk shit about me the way she did, even when I knew about it, and she'd do it right in front of me. Let her walk all over me. Obsess all over other people. All this shit. If I didn't love her, I wouldn't have stuck around. I wouldn't have stayed. I wouldn't have kept trying. But this time around, it's like, no, since getting that house, you've left me every 3 to 6 months because you're cheating on me. And this time around, I'm not going to wait for you to decide when your lease is up or something's not working out that I'm just going to let you love bomb me again and let you come back home. That's not happening like that. If that ever happens, you're fucking putting some work into it. Till then, I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting at all. I'm focusing on what I've got to do to get better. Because I've spent too much time, yeah. I'm not going to go and find happiness off of somebody else's suffering the way they did. So yeah, I know that over time as things get better, and I mean, as is, you know, I've said it many times, 30 days from now, I will already be in a better place, in a better position than I was 30 days ago. And I know I won't be alone forever. I've got to work on my confidence again. I've got to work on all that. Because that person did break me. She fucked my head up really good. That's probably the one thing that she professed in, was fucking with somebody's head, fucking up their heart, and then throwing them away. Because she sure as hell didn't do anything to help build up the relationship or build me up or anything like that. I was straight fucking used. And I'm not one of those people who likes to be molded into something that I'm not. I'm one of those people, you got to take me as I am, or don't take me at all. Just as I am with that person or anybody else. It's like, especially that person. I know her fucking shitty parts. As long as I've known her, I know the absolute shittiest side of her, of course, and the best side of her. And trust me, most people, if they're smart, they will learn to start dealing with that shitty side of her, that true bad nature, if they're going to make that shit work, and they're going to have to find a way to deal with it. Just like she told me, because, yeah, that's the one thing I couldn't deal with, is every time she got mad, she'd go out, demonize the living piss out of me, and destroy another relationship on me. I don't know why I say the things I do, all the hurtful things, every time I get mad, But, it's just, you're going to just have to deal with the consequences, whether, even if they're not good.